How we doing, people? This is your boy, Mr. John Bonilo, and I am joined with my brother, Mr. Jordan Enzor. Brother, how are you doing today? It's good to see you, by the way. It's been a minute.
It's good to see you. Yeah, it's been, less than 24 hours?
Less than 24 hours. Now, I know you people are used to me going like, what the fuck is up, people? This is your boy, Mr. John motherfucking Bonilo, and I am joined by my brother, your brother, my best friend, your best friend. You know him. You love him, Mr. Jordan Enzor. But we're switching things up a little bit, so we're not going to be doing that, you know. We got a little bit of a serious pod today, and it's going to be a good one. We got so much to talk about. We have a special guest, our first guest ever. Unless you count Unk in the Trunk, which episodes have been deleted since. Might make their way back sooner or later.
I think so. In due time, I think they should come back.
I fucking love the word "in due time."
In due time.
In due time.
You want to know where I learned that from?
Where?
The show Big Brother.
You watched Big Brother?
Not by choice.
I would never take you for someone who would watch Big Brother. That's wild, bro.
Not by choice.
So
somebody
give me the story. Give me the little breakdown.
Somebody that I was with
Uh-huh.
had watched Big Brother like pretty much their whole life. And so by like proxy, I had to also watch Big Brother.
You know where I like learned the word proxy?
Yeah.
D. Snyder, baby.
And tell me that story.
SMF.
Yeah.
You know why?
You know why?
Because I'm a sick motherfucker. I'm an SMF. What is it, Jordan? I'm an SMF. You don't know the song?
I was going to say sick motherfucker.
Yeah, well, then he goes into that.
I don't know.
You're a sick motherfucker. Fuck yeah.
The problem with me is that I have too many songs in my head. I can't remember all of them.
You know what song he can remember, though?
What?
Whoa! Heaven's on fire! All right. I mean, we're not going to do this again. It just can't happen. Whoa! Heaven's on fire! So our guest, his name is Star. We met him. So actually, we got so much to talk about. We were in Florida for a little bit. We were doing some stuff that maybe we could talk about, maybe we can't talk about. We met a lot of great people that we're going to be interviewing. We met this local, humble rock star named Star Rising.
Yes.
One of the coolest guys, has such an awesome, interesting story. His music fucking slaps, as Jordan says.
Yes.
I mean, listen, she's so sexy.
She's so sexy.
Oh, yeah. We're going to be playing some of those songs too. So he's going to be joining us here in a bit. Him and his lady. So we're gonna be having a good time. We're gonna talk about how they met. We're gonna talk about his story, all the cool stuff he does. He does a lot of healing too through his music. So the dude is super awesome. And let's jump into this. Brother, are you ready?
I am so ready.
All right, you ready to jump? 1, 2, 3. Oh!
You there, Johnny boy?
Star, how are we doing, brother? How are you?
I'm doing good, homie. Okay. So are we recording the podcast right now or no?
We are in it. We are doing this thing.
We are inside of it.
We are one.
Okay. So what I would like to personally humbly say, I would like to dedicate this podcast, our first podcast that we've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to dedicate this to Andrew Bennett. Okay, straight out the gate. I know you cats didn't know him or anything. The second person I would like to dedicate this to is CJ Snare.
Ooh,
that's a big one for sure. And we would love to know about your friend Andrew. So I mean, tell us a little bit about him.
Okay, so Andrew Bennett was. I'll just give you a little quick version of it. He was a guy when I was a bartender over this bowling alley down here in Southwest Florida. We met and we talked about the blues, and I believe that he was he was 59 years old when he passed away from cancer. It was me and Krina were taking care of him, my mate Krina. We were taking care of him and doing everything that a person can do to help him with his life. And he loved Joe Bonamassa. And the last time I actually saw him, I was playing Pink Floyd, which was one of his other favorite bands besides Joe Bonamassa. But I believe that Joe Bonamassa, he just did a comment on one of my things that was about him. It was just sharing his music. And I've always loved Joe Bonamassa. And
an amazing player.
Amazing guitar player.
Yeah. I feel that Andy's spirit has kind of been coming through, and that's why I've been sharing all the stuff about Joe Bonamassa.
Okay.
And so Andrew Bennett, we can have a whole nother deal with him.
Absolutely.
But the simplicity is that our friend died, and he was an amazing man. He was going to turn 60 in June, and he didn't make it. And I did everything I possibly could to keep him alive. Krina did everything to keep him alive, and it was just a whole different feel, if you will, of he wanted to live, and I'm a holistic doctor, and he said, "You're my doctor now," and it was he just didn't. He had been left. There's a lot more to this experience, but the caregiving industry didn't care enough about him, and so he died. So I don't know who to go after or this or that and I'm not going to. I'm a humble guy. I'm a very positive guy, but I just don't want to do that. Okay. So what I do want to do is again with CJ Snare.
Oh.
Man,
R.I.P.
Rough and tumble. You know what I mean? Like just there's so many songs that Firehouse had, and they got huge in Malaysia. And the American rock and roll crowd.
I hate to interrupt. But that's one of the bands that pretty much united Jordan and I. I mean, one of our favorite bands of all time, Firehouse.
I've met Firehouse a handful of times, and the guy was always so gracious with his time. Signed everything I had. Would talk about the things I had as well. Just a monster talent, and of course a monster loss to the community and the music scene.
One of my favorite bands growing up. I mean, there's something. I mean, everyone loves "Don't Treat Me Bad," right? It always.
Yeah.
If I was having a bad day, I would throw that song on, and it would just pick me up. And it's one of my favorite songs. I mean, they have so many amazing songs. I mean, "Love of a Lifetime," "Overnight Sensation."
Dude, "Overnight Sensation."
Come on. Yep.
"Rock You Tonight" was
what I'm saying?
That's the jam. "Overnight," that's one of those songs you're like, whoa. Right out of the gate swinging. The dude's voice, he's on fire. I mean, it's such a huge loss, and a lot of people are feeling it, and it's kind of crazy because we're seeing all of our friends all over Facebook, Instagram, and everyone's like still posting. Sometimes a musician will pass away and 1 or 2 days, and then that's it. Like, people are feeling this one, and it's a huge loss. It's massive. Ain't that right, Jordan?
I know definitely, for John and I know at least for me personally, it's like, I didn't know the guy on a personal level, but to have somebody like that has impacted my life in such a positive way, and to have had, opportunities to interact with him and, meet him and see him on multiple occasions, it feels deeply personal for me. I know, fortunately, up until this point, in my life, I have not lost anybody that is, close to me or any family members, but for, like something like this does feel like losing a family member.
Oh yeah,
and it hurts.
It's
so bad.
Firehouse is family to us. I mean, one way or another, it's united us, and it's like I said, Jordan and I probably wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Firehouse. Just one of the bands.
That music molded me into who I am. I mean, I'm talking about the soundtrack to my youth, quite literally.
Soundtrack to my life.
Right.
It doesn't. Firehouse, honestly, never got the credit they were due. I mean, one of the greatest bands
I agree
of all
with
time.
you there, for sure. And the thing about when I did the post on for the Snare family, I don't actually know. I don't know the man's real name. I think I do, but I'm not going to say it on this podcast. But the main thing is, to the Snare family, I did a Facebook post, and so I let my friends. I reached out to them, so I'm really good friends with Chips Enough from Enough's Enough.
Okay.
I'm also really good friends with Randy Jackson from Zebra, and I
baby.
texted them when CJ had passed. I didn't know if they knew, and I found out that my friend Jamie Layton died from some of my other previous Rockstar friends. But I don't want this to take over, so I'm gonna, we have to kind of like keep balance in this and that. So I really wanted to just say, hey man, I have a beer in my hand. I don't know if you cats do, but here's the CJ Snare and here's to Andrew Bennett.
Reach for the skies. Reach for the side. Yeah. I mean, this one will take a long time for us to heal from. This is a devastating loss in the music community. But yes, cheers to you, CJ. We love you.
And cheers to Andrew.
And Andrew, brother, up there in heaven. Cheers, brother.
Yeah, this is a really nice thing for you guys to do. So I'm gonna. What I would like to do is just see the thing about being. Everybody calls me a rock star. Okay, sure. Yeah, played shows, done this, done that. I consider myself more of a humble musician and a healer than I do a rock star. But the labels stick, and I finally got to a point where it's like, okay, fine. Even at where I work now, people recognize me and they ask me to take pictures with them and sign autographs, and that's okay. I have no problem with that in any way, shape, or form. But it's not about me. What we are currently in since December 21st of 2013, literally almost 11 years ago, the Goddess Age came in, okay? And so the Goddess Age has to do with the power of men recognizing their side of their womanhood, okay? And then you also have the power of the Goddess Age, or the Golden Age, as they call it. And you cats are younger than we are, but here's the thing. All of these kids that are growing up, they're going and they're recognizing Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, Motley Crue, Poison, Rat, LA Guns, Tora, Bullet Boys, Enough's Enough, Every Mother's Nightmare. They're all respecting and coming back and going, what is going on in the music scene, we're not really feeling. So we're going to flip back and talk to / on / and kind of date myself now, elders, but that's fine.
I mean, Tora, anyone says Tora is cool in my book, right off the rip. Right off the rip.
You threw out a deep cut, Every Mother's Nightmare.
That's man.
That's a deep cut.
Not
many people talk about them.
Yeah. But what I want to do is I would like to so my mate of 2 years now and friend since February 18th of 1988. she is we're spiritually married is how I'm going to let that rule. And I would like her to just explain how we met.
Okay, absolutely.
Normally,
Yeah, we'd love that.
And so in the goddess age, why should not a goddess speak?
That's true.
You feel what I'm saying?
That's
I
the
got
truth.
you.
And we're right on board.
There you go.
Hi guys, how you doing?
Hey,
How
good,
are you?
Good to hear from you. It's been a few weeks. Actually,
I know.
she is the reason that we have met Star. This conversation's all. If it wasn't for her, this conversation wouldn't happen. So, welcome to Big Talk.
It's a good thing I'm such a sweetheart, but you guys were too. It was so nice to meet you that night.
Oh, we had a blast. It was an amazing show. Such a great time. Vibes were cool.
Yeah.
Everyone was having a great time, honestly. Love that venue,
Absolutely.
by the way.
I did miss. What's that?
I love that venue. It's such a cool venue.
Yeah, it does remind me of a few I've seen in Cali, but it's a cute little venue. The big Buddha out front is just hysterical. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you guys, again, were so sweet. I'm sorry that Audie wasn't there. I would have loved to introduce you. I've known him and Mike from Great White for a few years.
Oh, that would have been great. Listen,
Before I met this one, actually.
Great White, one of my top 5 favorite bands of all time.
Amazing.
There is no band on the planet, in my opinion, that grooves like Great White. They've got some absolute magic.
Oh yeah,
monster talents.
I would say the same thing. I'm right on board, but I'm gonna get a little crazy here. I would put Kicks right before them, and that is KIX Kicks. Yup.
Kicks is great.
Brian Damage. Let's not even get into it. It's a debate.
So, bro, do you have your girl money?
Oh yeah, baby.
Out all night, time to get.
I love Kicks. One of my favorite bands. Those two bands for me, Great White and Kicks. Oh, talk about pinnacle of rock and roll, baby. It just doesn't get any better than those two. The groove, the magic, everything, the songwriting.
That's too bad. Once they come, we have to go.
Oh,
okay.
We will fly right back there. So we want to hear everything. You know, you are controlling the show. The goddess is controlling the show right now. So you run it.
Absolutely. Okay, so like you said, he has dates and everything. I don't remember that much. It was a tumultuous time in my life, right? I was 19. I was trying to figure out my body, which has been a challenge. And at the time, I was living right across the street from this little local bar that everybody kind of just hung out at. They had live music. So it was, we walk down, have a beer, come home after work. No big deal. But I got a Padron shot that night that I met him. Right. And I didn't even know. I was so young. I just moved back from Arizona. I broke up with Mike because he was going on the road. It was his first tour. And you know what I mean? I'm not stupid. So, go have fun. Maybe it'll work out later because obviously it's not now.
Yeah.
So I just moved on with my life, crying the whole way. And Ma and Pa, who ran the Shira Pub, little pub I'm talking about, were so sweet. They would just, always welcome me in. And since I'd been in Arizona, the drinking age just changed in Arizona 2 to 21 right before I moved down, and had always been 21 in California. But I was very young, but carried myself very old, so they always just allowed me in. You know what I mean?
That's the way to roll. That's the way to roll.
Yeah,
if they're not asking.
Right. It was the 80s. Nobody even had that stuff to check, your ID and shit like they do now. It was crazy. Anyway.
Yeah, they're high tech now.
Right. And I was just having a beer and going home. It wasn't like I was creating any trouble or anything. It was just, funny. There's this band playing Too Shy, and I was standing there watching, and the person in front of me looked pretty tall on stage. You know what I mean? Stage makes you look taller. But then I turned to my right, and there's this other person looking like eye to eye with him, and he's standing on the same place I am, which maybe it was only a foot riser, but still was kind of funny, right? So we all laughed, because we all did the eye contact thing. And then, I don't know, I was tired. I was heading out the door and Ma grabbed me and she goes, grab that shot. I'm like, what shot? She goes, there's a shot coming down the bar. Grab it and drink it. Don't say anything. Okay. Right? When Ma tells you to do something, you do something.
You do it.
So,
you do it.
You gotta.
So I did it. I grabbed that shot. Damn, it was full on. Ouch. Tequila, right? Patron. I didn't know what kind at the time, but you know, I took it and tried to find my way home. It was across the parking lot. It wasn't that far, but it was still pretty difficult. Anyway, because I'm little. You guys remember, I'm teeny is little.
She's short.
So
very short.
Yeah, right, 5'2" and maybe 110 if you're lucky.
You got to look down if you want to find her.
Right, absolutely, because I'm moving quickly down there. So anyway, I got home and didn't think two things about it and didn't meet him again until 6 months later. We didn't know each other's names. We hadn't had each other's phone numbers through most of our friendship, which has been, as you said, 37 years. So we just kept bumping into each other. You know, the universe is funny like that. So
yeah, I mean,
now we're here.
That's how the best relationships work. I mean, you just keep, like a magnetic force just keeps bringing you together, you know?
Right. And we're in the same circles. Like in SAC, we hung out with the Tesla boys, and so we'd be at the same parties, or the Y&T boys, you know, rattling.
Now you just said one of my favorites, Y&T, Summertime Girls.
Right.
Mean Street.
Oh, yeah. Such a great band.
What are you talking about? I'm just saying, Cali girls have got nothing on everybody else, but a lot.
That's what they say. But
Dave even said from Van Halen.
Oh,
yes.
Love Van Halen.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I ain't got nobody.
nobody. I'm just a gigolo, and everywhere I go.
Which they had a club in California at the same time that was called the Yucatan.
So how many? I'm so sorry about that.
Go ahead.
How many years did you guys spend in California? To be like before you ended up making the move to Florida.
Okay, so I grew up military. So my first 5 years were spent in Puerto Rico, Bermuda.
Oh wow.
California, Florida, the Keys, and up in Jacksonville, all military, right? And then grandparents in Rhode Island and back to Cali before kindergarten. And from then on, I lived in Cali except for a year and a half when I lived in Arizona, which was when I was dating Mike. And then I was going to move in with Mike, bought a kilo place, and then he went on the road. You know how that went. But anyway, I met him, and he came from New York, which was where I was originally headed, but didn't make it. And he came to me, so that was really great.
Oh, that's awesome.
He was in Cali for 13 years, and then he went down to San Diego for a while. We were both in LA for a while together. It was kind of crazy.
San Diegans?
Not together.
San Diegans?
Right. Together. Like, we were there at the same time, like so close, blocks away. And neither one of us knew that we were there because we didn't have each other's phone number. And this is all before Facebook and shit where you could see where people are and they post that. No.
Oh, yeah. Now there's no
before.
Privacy.
Right. Absolutely. So he moved to Hawaii, and I caught up with him one time before he left. And I've been a model, you know, I've been doing lots of stuff, and I knew he was a musician and obviously had a few experiences before. So when he left, I signed a picture to him, you know, and he thought that was cute. And off he went. And I didn't see him again for 15 years, maybe. I think I saw him again in 2010. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So it's just been, whoa. Okay. So
yeah,
that just shows you that when it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
Right? Because there were all these opportunities for us to hook up when we were close or not even knowing each other. Could have still hooked up at some club in Manhattan. But the universe is weird like that. I had to go down to get my son. So my son's 28 now. His name's Diorio. Love him to death. He's like my miracle child. I had endometriosis, which I didn't get diagnosed until I was 21. So long after I met Star, but you know, you're 19, 20, you're partying, you don't even know. And all of a sudden I start this rigmarole of surgeries.
Yeah.
Super fun. right? And they told me at 21, you're going to get pulled apart bit by bit until you won't be able to have kids anymore, which is not why women are put on the planet. So yeah, it was kind of destructive, right? So I was in my own mission and got my son, miracle child, and moved back to Sacramento. Yeah, which is where we keep hooking up, is in Sac, right? So I have to be grateful for that. And a lot of people were involved in that, so I appreciate that as well. But even in 2010, we still weren't quite there, I guess, yet, because, you know, it took us a few years later to, and that's a big, long story. So we'll save that for another day.
We'll save that for another pod. But yeah, I mean, this is, okay. So the more detail we get, so just shows you that when it's meant to be, like we said, it's meant to be. And that's beautiful, honestly. And you two are a great couple. So that being said, I got a question for you. What's your favorite song that Star's written? What's your top pick?
That's funny because I like them all, obviously.
Obviously. Yes. He's standing next to you, right? Of course. Just kidding, Star. But we're the same behind each other's backs. We're the same. You know what I mean? So I like River of Change and Songs Unsung, and those two are back to back my two favorites because they help so many people, and I see it every day, always. Yeah. You know, and he talks about that they've been played in 12 continents. That's not really the most magical thing about it. Really, it's when it changes somebody's life, when it helps them, you know, it helps them recover from PTSD. It helps them, you know, make it through their chemo treatments. When it helps them to realize that it's all about unconditional love, right? We're all here to love each other and that's what
and figure it out together, right? Yeah, and music is always been the answer, right? And few people in the industry kind of got it, but I think this new wave going back and digging into their secrets, the things that they were referring to, that they were so deep into, like Pink Floyd, Randy Jackson, you know, that they're talking about, you know, evolving and becoming that one race, you know, not controlled by, free, you know, and choice, and everybody is loving and
that's
helps,
awesome.
You know. So those two songs promote that the most for me, and so I get behind those as much as I can, you know.
I love that. Yeah. Jordan,
what's your favorite?
Okay, Jordan and I think we are. You already know what I'm gonna say, Star. It's Seduction.
Elegant
Seduction. All
I love
day.
that song.
That song, I don't know what it is. I swear we must have played it like 30 times on the way home.
Because it's about Gaia.
Well, I love the opening of the song starts with that guitar riff. That guitar riff is so reminiscent of like early Great White, and I love that.
You pulled that from that too, right? You know, and the production of it is out of control. I don't know what the hell you guys are recording that stuff with, but it is. It just sounds so big. It sounds like it just sounds great. It almost sounds like we're in there, honestly, in the groove. It's pretty sick.
Yeah, Pierre did a good job.
So Elegant Seduction in particular is kind of what, when I was in the shower and I was hearing, you know, the like I was explaining earlier, it's kind of like the male divine, the female divine, and that's kind of what this stage is about, is males realizing their female divine and females realizing their male divine is, you know, it's a crossover, okay? So I write all of me and Chris, we write. Chris Magic Maynard is my guitar player. He's not here right now, but he's kind of a background guy, and I'm the frontline guy. I'm the singer, you know, harmonic player. He's guitar player, bass player. I play some guitar, but the main thing is that when it comes to Elegant Seduction and the vibrational frequency, it's all written in 432 hertz. Every single thing that we've done since 2015 has been, and amazingly enough, wow, geez, yeah, the band has been around. almost 10 years now. And so we're kind of like the Loggins and Messina, if you will, or the band, we had a band, and it was about to get signed, and then COVID happened, and we can talk about that later. But the number one thing is most music is written in 440 hertz, okay? So 440 that's great. Not a problem with that. But 432 is, I've been a holistic doctor for over, 25 years now. And I help people all over the world, animals, people, plants, trees. I mean, we could go on and on and on about this. But 432, the resonation is what's called solfeggio codes or Fibonacci codes. Frank Zappa, as far as I know, was the only person to fuck with it. As far as I know. I decided, like John Lennon.
Okay.
Lennon's a huge influence on my life,
Okay.
as well as Jimi Hendrix, as well as Janis Joplin, as well as Jim Morrison and Andrew Wood from Mother Love Bone.
Okay.
What feels correct to me in the universe is that the reciprocation of when you hear that song, bro, like it just clicks in. So 432 in Dark Romance's music, and the reason why it's called Elegant Seduction, that particular song, it's a symbiotic exchange of anything from the sun to the moon, rain to trees, CBD oil for our little dog here that was supposed to, pass away a long time ago and is now still alive.
Oh shit.
So
okay.
it's healing combined with music. So when you listen to Dark Romance's music, and the reason why River of Change in particular has been played in 12 countries now and is actually an official healing song. Like, people text me every day. Even yesterday, they were like, dude, I was just listening to River. And I wanted to do something not unlike Lennon did when he had this whole mission of, the world can be just unity consciousness as opposed to separative, fear-based programming consciousness. I don't do that. That's not my thing. When I sing, when I play, when I feel, I have there's no. I'm actually wearing the Motley Crue shirt that my brother sent me with my dad's jacket before he passed away. The last jacket that my dad made in Native American, Sioux, Oglala Sioux. Like yeah. And so the main thing is 432. What it does is it allows you to listen to the music. And we actually have a song called Back to the Music, is how this whole thing actually started. It was called Raw, but then it became Back to the Music. I was thinking about Wasp. I was thinking about Chris is a really good friend of mine from Wasp.
Okay.
And Black Wasp,
yeah.
I've had experiences with. Yeah, Stage Nation. And this is on a video. My little chick is dancing around. Wanna be somebody, be somebody too.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Got to be somebody. You go. Right.
That's the fucking song. I love that song.
And so 432 is about how you listen to Dark Romance. And the reason why the band is called Dark Romance, you have to get through the darkness to get to the light in life. That's the bottom line.
That's true.
I don't give a shit where, how. Go ahead.
Can I say one thing? Earlier, when she was saying Miracle Child, I was like, that could be a fucking really good band name. That's just been pondering in my head. Miracle Child. Tell me that's not a great
Miracle
band
Child,
name.
really good. Dude, and I literally almost every day, I swear to you, every day that I talk to this little beautiful soul that is part of our own same soul group, which we are all part of the same soul group. That's why the universe brought us together. I will say, she'll say something or I'll say something. I'm like, wait a minute, man, hold on. That's a great song name. So even as you say that, both you cats, okay? So I'm going to go off this. I'm going to write down, and I will.
Hell
Miracle
yeah.
Child is what I've been telling her, sharing with her about how Dio, not Ronnie James Dio, but I'm just talking about her son, Diorio. I've tried to.
Still his name like Dio and then Rio the Place.
Yeah.
The record. That's
Like,
why he
yes.
always says that.
But hold on, let me just put Miracle Child.
Yes,
Is that
Miracle
a great
Child.
song?
A great song, a great band name. There's just something very 80s and badass rock and roll about Miracle Child. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I just as soon as she said that, I was like, that's a great band name.
Have y'all ever heard the band called Wrathchild?
Ooh.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, I know who
deep cut.
Rothschild is.
That's
Have
a
you ever
deep
heard
cut.
the song Rothschild
Yeah.
by Iron Maiden?
Well, it comes number one from Iron Maiden
Yeah.
Hell
okay.
yeah.
because I'm a Rothschild
I'm a Rothschild.
with Paul Diano.
I love Paul Diano. I'm Running Free, one of the best. That was second album or first album, Running Free. I think it was.
That was okay. So Rothschild, Murders in the Rue Morgue, that came off the. He was only 2 albums. He was
on Killers
Iron
and
Maiden.
debuted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Correct. Then he went on with I think it was Battle Zone, I believe, was his side.
Yes. It was so different than Iron Maiden. So I was kind of like, whoa, what is this?
You're supposed to give it back.
Well, you know what? He was a great singer within his own deal, but he just didn't match Adrian and Dave and friggin' Clive Burr when he was alive. He didn't match that until they met Bruce Dickinson.
Yeah, no.
Once they met him, he was the air raid siren, and he took those. See, because Steve, as in Steve Harris, he's always been a Tolkien fan. He's always been a writer, and he feels all this stuff. And so mostly what most people don't know about Iron Maiden is that it wasn't most of the other guys in the band. It was Steve Harris
Oh, it's
who
his
was
band.
writing what he was reading.
Yeah. It's his idea, it's his brainchild. Now, Star, I have a question for you. Maiden
Go ahead.
or Priest?
I
Actually,
cannot.
That's a question for
I
both of
cannot.
you. I'm gonna need an answer.
I saw both bands at the same time with Tokyo Blade, Saxon, who I'm about to go see on the 24th.
Saxon, let's
Right.
go. Hell yeah. Love Saxon. Ooh.
Okay, and I saw them with also Coney Hatch.
What do you know about
Again, all English bands.
What do you know about Raven?
Are you kidding me? Come on. What do you know about? Krina just said, what do you know about spinach?
Oh man.
Nice. Okay.
Love Raven.
So Raven, just in general, okay, I know a lot about that band.
Hell yeah.
Just like Rough Cut.
Oh.
They were
Come on.
Raven, Rough Cut, and Saxon we used to tour together all the time. Not me personally, but them used to tour.
Hell yeah.
And I believe they never got their due diligence is what I would answer that question to.
They were a little too campy, I think, and I think that hurt their image a little bit, with the hockey helmet and all that stuff. But they,
right.
in their own right, they are phenomenal band, and man, in that era, it influenced a lot of people. I love Raven. It goes on and on and on. I love that song.
Right.
But back to what I asked, because we're going to need an answer. We've been asking everyone this. So priest or maiden, it has to be one. You only can have one that exists. Who's being eliminated? I mean, that's a big deal right there.
All right. James going with Maiden.
Yes.
I kind of have to go with Maiden too.
Oh, let's go.
And here's why. I'll tell you. I'll be very, very honest with you. How I actually got introduced to Iron Maiden. But before I do that, I do want to share. What do you guys know about the band Leatherwolf from Irvine, California?
Now you're talking.
I know Leatherwolf. 3 guitar players?
You're talking our language. What do we know about Leatherwolf? What don't we know about Leatherwolf? We love Leatherwolf.
Okay. Maka Oliveria. What do you know about him? The lead singer.
Jordan, you're the historian.
Probably not that much. I know. So I know Leatherwolf. I have the Leatherwolf albums. I haven't gone deep into like who they are, all the members, like all the history. That's one of the bands that I enjoy. I haven't done a deep dive on them, so I'm not going to pretend that I know everything.
I don't know their background history, but I could tell you, like, Rise or Fall, The Calling. Like I love those songs. I love the albums. I mean, they're phenomenal. Honestly, you think 3 guitar players it would get too muddy? No way. There's something about them. They're always on. They're fire.
Right. I agree with you. So to
Gypsies
give you a
and
little bit of
Thieves?
background before we go into this whole main story is this. Okay. So like for reals, I'm not even playing games. Okay, so when me and KK, the reason why I actually call her KK, I did not know this. Her name is Krina Kessler.
Yes.
That was her high school name. She was getting called KK in high school. Well, I called her KK because she was a rock star chick after KK Downing.
Hell yeah.
From Judas Priest.
Arizona and saw Ralph and them all the time, so it was all good to me. I didn't mind.
Hey, are we allowed to call you KK as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
KK!
Yeah. So
Right on.
shout out to KK.
Shout out to
For real,
KK.
for real.
Hell yeah.
But dig this, man. Okay, so here we are. All right. The second time we hooked up after the Shire Road Pub, I saw her at the El Dorado Saloon in Sacramento, California.
So good. I walked into my favorite local bar. He's all leaning all Rico Suave before Rico Suave against the bar. And he's like, just staring at me. And I'm like, I already walked past him, so I felt bad about that. But I turn around and there he is. And I'm like, oh, I'm in so much trouble. Oh my God.
You already knew what was going on.
I did. I was like, oh no. And I'm like, I'm a pretty girl, so I have a hard time with girlfriends. They like find out who I like and they want to go after that person or
Ooh, a little
lot of shit.
competition.
You know,
Oh, that's not good.
it's crazy bullshit. My mom was crazy. My girlfriends were crazy. I just don't like girls. I hang out with guys. I fish. It's all like that. Right? So
Speaking of crazy chicks, my favorite.
Yeah.
Jordan.
Yeah, right?
Jordan's probably on board with me now. If they're not crazy, we don't want them.
I can't speak for myself, but I'll agree that that John loves the crazy chicks.
Throwing me under the bus. So all the ladies listening in Radio Land, crazy chicks, hello, how are you?
Yeah, Jack's first wife maybe would take the cake there. But anyway, moving on. Love Diane, but oh my God. Anyway, so going back to Star and I, he sang me this song. So I wouldn't tell my girlfriends who I like, but I bring Star home one night and we go in my room. And my roommate at the time, Eden, she's like, the next day she's all, dude, what the fuck were you doing that knocked the pictures off the wall?
Oh God.
I gotta know. I'm thinking in my head, if I tried to explain this to anybody, they just wouldn't understand. And I'm like, well, it's kind of like a tornado. And she's like, what? And I'm like, no, seriously. But he was singing me Leatherwood the whole time, dude. What was I supposed to do? I'm just saying. Like, we're talking hanging from the rafters. I didn't have.
So he basically rocked you like a hurricane, is what you're saying. He should have been singing some Scorpions.
Absolutely. Like, I'm surprised the windows didn't break. And I know the pictures flew off the wall because my roommate told me. And she vouched.
And they were Marilyn Monroe pictures, by the way.
Oh,
right.
One of my favorites.
Right. I have this picture of her lying on the blanket on the beach, like from her 1962 shoot where she's like 36, and it's a really cute picture. She just looks so adorable. But my roommate thought that it was this way, and I thought that it was that way. So we would like turn it continually.
Until you try to get it right. It's just always spinning. We're like, I don't know if this is working.
Well, we had one of those little apartments where you have like a Jack and Jill, so there's two places where girls can get ready and then a shared shower.
Oh, cool.
Like I was going to, you know what I mean?
Kind of like a dorm almost, right?
Kinda, yeah. And so right behind where I got ready was where this picture was, right off of the living room kitchen. And she would just, every time she came out the room, she would change it back. And so like it was the most changed picture on the planet, I'm sure, until it fell off the wall.
Until it fell off the wall and then no longer existed. To the tune of Leatherwolf. To the tunes.
Right.
What songs were they? We got to know. Jordan needs to know.
No, that's what you just said.
Share a dream.
Oh, okay.
Missed that.
So we were at the El Ros Saloon, and we talked until dawn, and then we went the next night and had a experience on a picnic table in Carmichael Park, which is Carmichael, California.
Okay.
Right? And so we for sure. And so we had our first real, if you will, exchange of fluids. So to speak. But so what I'm sharing with you cats is this, okay? So number one, I gave her my high school jacket. Okay, it's a Levi's red tag, and I'm gonna take a picture of it. I'm gonna send it to you.
Download mine.
Okay, so
cool. Yeah, shoot on by.
Yeah, so she not only did a painting on the back of the jacket, which is Leatherwolf's first like demo. Ooh. I had this shit on the jacket.
Oh, wow.
It was airbrushed, but the jacket got washed and the shit. You know what I mean? I was on tour and it happened, and so she did all the stuff. So, hold on one sec. I'm gonna send it to you right now.
Cool.
Okay, yeah. We can see it in real time.
We are on standby.
Yeah. It is in real time, cuz. It is in real time.
This is my first time painting, first of all, on a jean jacket. And
shit. Whoa. Jordan, get your ass over here.
Let me see.
Dude, this is fucking sick.
Oh, I like that.
Ooh.
The jacket for you.
Hey,
okay?
don't show us that jacket because it might go missing. I'm just saying. That is sick.
Right.
Oh, that's badass.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about
Leatherwolf?
So obviously we have the vinyls. We're fans of the music. Fans of the players. Like Jordan said, we don't know like all the band members' names and all that and the history of it. But I'll tell you straight up, The Calling, The Jam.
I'm a fan of the music, and I guess I got to
Thunder.
brush up on my information here.
Yeah. I mean, we have the vinyls, you know, we're collectors. That's what Jordan and I do. That's, you know, I mean, anything 80s, anything within that time period. I mean,
Hey, Josh, how's it going?
Same with Chris, man.
Did you catch that, Jared?
What's that?
Did you hear me?
What'd you
I
say?
said, hey, Josh, how's it going?
Yeah.
oh, hey, John.
Are you joshing? Are you joshing on your podcast?
Are you joshing around?
Joshing around.
They were just joshing around.
Oh my god.
We wanna ask you guys another question.
Okay, please do.
Favorite Dawkins song? Both you, KK,
Oh,
Star.
my God. Probably hands down, Alone Again is the one that just broke me out. Alone Again is the one that I actually sang for when Donnie got a little too intoxicated for a small kind gig that I had brought them over to. But I'm really good friends with Jeff Pilson and his wife, Ravinder Pilson. Really, really nice people. Super, super cool. Donnie, I love to death. Amazing, amazing people. And so, Brendan, go ahead.
Oh, I'm so sorry. In my dreams, is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I love this.
Right.
Jordan?
I'm a little romantic, and Don is the sappy guy, and I love Don. He's a sweetheart. He's so funny, and I saw him at Ace of Spades in Sacramento right before I left back, probably 2019, and he's like, "Hey, I know you." And he was kind of out of it because, I don't know, they're getting older, you know. Brain isn't what it used to.
Yeah.
Whatever.
He's not singing the way he used to, but it's okay. It comes with age. It comes with time. He's paid his dues. Don is the man. Right. George is still kicking ass, though. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. No, he was always a good man. So, you know, he didn't give me a hard time for Black Kid. Anyway.
I'm going Breaking the Chains. I'm wondering what Jordan's going to go with. Favorite Dawkins song, Jordan? I got a feeling I know where he's going to go with it, but I'll wait.
I really am very biased towards anything off of Back for the Attack. Dream Warriors probably up there. Breaking the Chains is the first song I ever heard. However, Dream Warriors made me fall in love with them.
Really? I thought you were going to say Paris is Burning.
Oh, fuck. Paris is Burning.
Nah, there's no going back.
Oh, no, I haven't even made a decision.
You made a decision.
Heaven Comes Down, such a sinister song. Love that riff. I'm going to have to go with Paris is Burning.
Oh, my God. Paris is burning.
Right on. That's cool. Yeah. Very cool.
I can see it. I'm sorry. I was going to get into it.
See it from afar.
So, right. KK, how did you paint this jacket? What did you use? What? Tell us what your process was on this one.
Well, you know, Shared Dream's always been really special, and he was talking about how it used to be painted, and I don't know that I did justice to the original painter that used the airbrush, but he was really crushed, and I just wanted him to have that back, you know. A lot of our relationship has been rebuilding and listening, and so I heard what he said, and I knew the song, obviously, and the picture because of our past, so I went to Walmart, grabbed some fabric paint, and just did the best I could.
Hell yeah. Now we want to get back into the music a little bit. I have a question. What was your writing process on Lost City Blues, Star? Tell us about that a little bit.
He just ran to the restroom.
Oh, is he gone? KK, when you wrote that song,
I know the story.
KK, when you wrote that song, tell us all about it.
I am going to be a member. guys don't realize it yet, but he hasn't heard me sing, nor has he heard me do anything.
Well, you're live on the air, so let's hear you sing, girl. Let's hear you sing.
No. It's in the box for right now. Trust me. He's giving me my voice back. Okay, so I got to do a little backstory for you guys.
Yeah,
so
I want to hear it.
In 2020, I was attacked by my care provider, and I sustained a major concussion.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry
to hear that.
No, it's not that. For 18 months later, when I re-met him again, I'm surprised they didn't remember who he was, because I was telling my mom, I'm going to sweep the lawn and mow the kitchen. And she was like, oh, God, okay.
I say stuff like that all the time. Just want you to know that.
I know, but it was still prevalent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was still walking through Home Depot trying to, do a gate for my mom and talking about stuff that my friends were looking at me like I was crazy, But it made sense in my mind at the time. So thank God he's such a good healer. And when we hooked back up, obviously he jumped on that. And so I feel much better now because I do sweep the kitchen and mow the lawn. Just saying.
Awesome. That's awesome. We're doing it the right way now.
Right. Yeah. And so it's really important for me to do the jacket for him and give back to him for what he gives to me. He heals my mom, he heals his dog, right? Even though I gave him the blesswood berry, which I would have given to my best friend that I lost from cancer in 2017, but they wouldn't allow the import. I know, right? It frustrates me. But they wouldn't allow the import of plant material, and they needed the seeds to extract the EBC46, which cures cancer. So if anybody hears anything in this podcast, I would like them to hear that, because not only does it cure cancer, it cures everything. It rebuilds your telomeres.
Oh, wow. And if they did have more questions for you guys, what would be the best way for them to reach you?
Well, starkumar@gmail.com is how he does his healing business, right?
So
They want to know Lost City Blues too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Lost City.
Yeah, they want to know the story. Okay, so tell you what, I'll have him text you guys wherever he does his healing stuff at, because I just
it's exactly what she said. Okay, that's one way.
Yeah, let's plug it right now. Let's what's the best way someone wants to contact Star Rising? What's the best way to get a hold of you?
My phone number is 808-542-7333.
There you go. There you have it.
There we have it.
Okay. Krina's number 916-868-2608.
Okay.
We are a healing couple. We have decided to be, and this is the reason why I actually wanted to start her off with this entire podcast, was because women right now on this goddess stage, they don't have a voice. Men don't give a shit. I don't care whether you're talking about rock stars, whether you're talking about music. Men, just in general, don't listen to themselves, much less listen to their significant other. So
But the boys that we're talking to are not guilty of that.
No. Yeah. Well, go ahead
and we appreciate that as well.
Yeah, they heard me.
Okay. So the simplicity is that, it's like going back to Leatherwolf.
Mm-hmm.
It has to do with Share a Dream. Okay, the calling, so many other songs. But then you have Iron Maiden. Okay, so Leatherwolf is what I feel, just humbly, personally, the Americanized band of Iron Maiden. And I was going to tell you the story about how I discovered Iron Maiden.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
We'd love to hear
that.
When I was a little kid, all right, man, for real, okay, so I was about, coming back from England, I was probably about 5 years old, and I stole a dog whistle at Price Chopper in upstate New York. And my dad made it a point to have the cops come and all this other stuff, and they were going to arrest me. And, you know, it's kind of like Michael Moreau from Hana Rock.
Great band. 11th Street Kids. Just wanted to say that really quick.
Yeah. He had a song called Dead, Jail, or Rock and Roll. I didn't want to be dead. I didn't want to go to jail. I definitely chose rock and roll.
Yeah.
So that whole thing happened. And so I literally stole this dog whistle. My dad put me on blast in front of these cops. And so I never stole again, okay, until I stole again. So it was about, let's see, this was 1981. And the same place, Price Chopper, that same location, everything. There was, I shit you not, we're not getting like FCC nothing, right? Like I can swear and tell the stories as I want to.
Oh yeah,
hell yeah.
There is literally nobody to cancel.
Check
us.
this out. Fuck. No one saying nothing. We are the bosses. We make the rules,
and we are all adults. So
and we're all adults.
And our listeners know that as well. So
and our listeners are all adults too. So there we go.
There we go.
Okay. So here's my story, bro. Like, or bros, as I should say. Check this out, man. I'm not joshing. This bro is gonna be an inside joke, right?
Oh yeah.
We're not telling anyone. This stays between us. Everyone at home is like, what are they talking about? Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I know. But dig this, like, for real. Okay, so I went into the same place that I stole the dog. I literally stole the dog whistle at. And I don't even know. I grew up raising wolves. You know, Sunkmana Tutatanka is the wolf in Oglala Sioux. I grew up Native American. So, anyway, that's another story. But here I am. I went in and I saw this whole, like, Sony Walkman with a battery pack and an extra battery pack sitting on, like, when you go into like a high school, you know, locker room, like it was a bench. And I stole the shit. And I shit you not, man. I was listening to, wow, see you out earth and sea. For the devil comes, you know, the beast must rise. Yeah, and I was like,
yep.
Oh, just, I was on the bus. I had never had I was a poor kid. And I stole what I stole. It sucks. I actually went back and put $30 that I had made in lawn cutting. I put it back on the bench, whether you ever got it or not, I don't know. But I had Iron Maidens literally number the beast.
Hell yeah.
And I heard the, you know, and I was like,
I fucking love that song.
Yeah. And so that's how the only reason why I can say to you is you asked me a choice of Iron Maiden versus Judas Priest. I kind of knew who Judas Priest was. Dream Deceiver is one of my favorite songs to sing of all time. And yes, I can hit the note. But
we got to hear it then. We got to hear it.
Yeah. Okay. But the main thing was when I heard that whole intro, I had not even been introduced to Motley until years later, right?
Oh shit! Tell us about that. We want to know what happens then.
Okay.
As soon as you freaking learn who Motley Crue is, I mean, that must have been
like that had to be huge,
massive.
I was as a lot of kids in those days, we didn't have a lot. You know what I mean? Like there was our parents' music like Led Zeppelin, Jimi Hendrix, Black Sabbath, all these bands that were trying to reinvent themselves in the 80s. That's kind of where it came from, right? But I had heard Iron Maiden, 22 Acacia Avenue. I mean,
That's such a great song.
And so that was one experience. And then me and my technically he's my uncle. If my mom had she was never my stepmom, but she didn't marry my dad because my dad already had a couple families that was going on, and that was that whole deal. And the reason why I became a rock and roll singer was because my pain. I couldn't deal with dead or jail, so I had to go with rock and roll. And rock and roll it allowed me to express myself. Music, long before I ever knew what music was. In rock and roll, I grew up on the Temptations. I grew up on the Four Tops.
Oh, hell yeah. Motown.
Yeah.
Talking about
my dad was
not too far away from us right now. Yeah.
Yeah. And well, I know you cats are pretty close to Detroit, so. And a shout out to Detroit Rebuilding. Just fan like for real.
We
Detroit
appreciate
is
that.
rebuilding.
Yeah,
because it's your hometown.
And we have so much civic pride, and we love Detroit, and it's we love visiting all these other places, and Florida is home away from home. I go there as often as I can, but Detroit, there's something about this city. It just makes you so proud to claim it. And people here are good. We won't bullshit you. We'll tell you how it is. It's just what it is. Mm-hmm. Detroiters are Detroiters, and I know not only that, but we have such a Detroit Rock City. I mean, this town lives and breathes rock and roll, and they are rebuilding. And we've had so many barricades we've had to break down, and so many obstacles, but it's getting better, and every day something new is happening down here. It's one day, people will be fighting to move down here. I hope so. I can honestly, Jordan, what would you say to that?
I think our city and even our state, Michigan in general, has rich rock and roll history.
Yes, it does.
I mean, we're talking,
Does it?
Iggy Pop,
and the Stooges,
Ted Nugent, Alice Cooper. I mean,
Bob Seger, the MC5.
I mean, we're talking our favorite band of all time, Kiss. Wrote a song about Detroit for a reason.
Oh man, the White Stripes.
You really like my limousine.
You like the way the wheels roll.
You like my 7-inch
leather heels. I'm going to
all of the shows. But do you love me?
Do you love me?
Do you love me?
Such a great song.
Yeah.
I mean,
such a great album, Destroyer.
Woo.
And I will say this about Ace. Okay. He went off and did New York Groove, which I love.
Many years since I was here.
He did, whether Peter or I don't know these people. I've never met them. Kind of I have, but ish through an experience. And that's another day for another, because we can't have a 5-hour podcast because nobody's going to listen to it.
Let's have them try to stop us. All right. I like to see them stop, but we'll have.
All right. Fair enough. Okay. All right. So let's just circle back around, boys. Okay. Mm-hmm. Let's just circle back around.
Let's do it.
Okay. So, Big Talk Nation. Let's talk about Warrant and why you guys decided, because the fans need to know why it's called Big Talk.
Absolutely. So, Jordan, like I said, Jordan and I share the reason we are basically brothers, it's because of rock and roll and our love for it. And one of our favorite bands is Warrant. And Janie Lane, I mean, is a huge inspiration on Jordan and I. And Big Talk is one of those songs that we bonded over, and
it's an anthem.
It's an anthem.
Yeah, I would say that Big Talk is an anthem Big talk is just talk unless you're backing it up.
Yeah.
So it's like,
unless you backing it up. Yeah.
For me, it's that drum beat when the song starts. That dun, 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 dun. It's something about that just it hits you straight into the soul, and
dude, when he does that whole deal,
fucking amazing.
Yeah. And so for us, it's like we've been best friends since 2018. Pretty much hit it off the second we met, and it was like we started going to shows together. And we start meeting these people. We start networking, and we just met you in Florida. It's kind of living proof of what we're doing here.
Yeah.
It's like big talk is we are going out meeting these people, and we are just being genuine in who we are. And it's kind of like who we are when you meet us is who we are, and we are backing that up. I mean, look at where we are now. We are over an hour into this conversation right now, and it feels like we only been here.
I feel like we just started.
Exactly.
I know. I feel the same thing. That's why we can edit this, but we can just talk, and on the same podcast, it's not a big deal. Like if people really, really give a shit about this podcast, they will pay attention.
Now,
and if not, they won't. But it can be nationwide, or like Howard Stern did. He doesn't give a shit.
No, we give zero shit.
Talk. I'm going to do whatever I'm going to do, and either you A, respond, or B, you don't. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Because Howard Stern speaks his truth, not unlike my own self, not unlike your own self, not like Krina's own self.
Yes.
Now, and I wanted to have her on the first podcast because she's like everything to me, and so whether the people know or they don't know, it's not about them, bro. It's about elegant seduction. Okay, so notice how we're going to lead off into this. Okay, so elegant seduction. Let's talk about this song.
Okay.
All right. So the simplicity is that song, Elegant Seduction, it came to me. Here's the funny thing. It was a Nirvana riff. And Chris, my guitar player, he has a hard time with Nirvana because he's like 1960s to the end of the 80s. And then after that, you really can't talk to him much more. So
he's like, I'm out. Get me the fuck out.
It was pretty much like that. And he was writing this riff, and I was like, dude, you realize that this is the same riff as Nirvana. And I have another story about Nirvana. I launched a lot of bands in California and Hawaii, both, that nobody ever paid attention to. I helped Korn with their career. I helped Nickelback. I mean, we go on and on about the Nirvana. I have a video of when I first booked Nirvana before when they were on the Bleach tour, and that was the Cattle Club, Sacramento. But the main thing is that Chris was writing this riff, and I was like, no, dude, you change it to this and this and that. It's like, oh, okay, cool. So Elegant Seduction came from this symbiotic relationship I had with my guitar player.
Okay.
Not only that, but my Blottohonko, which is Sioux for brother, right? And I was like, dude, what if we do this and we do that? That's how Elegant came about. And Elegant was just, it was a reciprocal feeling that I had. And that was one thing with Elegant. And then Elegant just kind of grew on its own. So the first album was all over the map. Dude, I had not sang in like so long. On the first album, Dark Romance / Dark Romance, right? Like Black Sabbath.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't know if I wanted to sing anymore. I didn't know if I wanted to do music anymore. I was doing healings. Everything was going good. My acting career was going good.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was cool. And then I wasn't sure. Well, then Dark Romance came up. And I was like, so we started writing music together. And so Elegant was is the second album. This album has never been released. Even though it's been played on the radio, Elegant Seduction, the song Elegant has been played on the radio. Then we have a third 4-song into it before COVID happened. We were actually getting signed from my friend's record company in Hawaii. It wasn't in Hawaii, but it was in Italy. But he was going to sign us, and then COVID happened. It wiped out all the careers I had.
What part of Hawaii were you in?
I was originally, when I first moved there, I was on Oahu.
Okay.
Beautiful
Then I
place.
had a house
Beautiful
on the
place.
Big Island. I lived in Maui. I went back to Oahu.
What are
So
real quick? What are your thoughts on what recently transpired in Maui? Because I know that they recently faced some huge loss, huge devastating fire down there.
Crazy.
yeah, I got to be careful about what I'm about to say because I know the real truth, and I don't want to give the real truth. Let's
Okay.
just
We're
say
gonna need it at some point because we want to know.
okay. I'm not going to do it on this podcast.
Not on the
That's
podcast.
fair.
Off the air. So we'll clip this part out. We'll talk later on down the line about it.
But Krina wants to talk about it.
Okay.
Oh, okay. KK in the house, everybody.
My brother lived in Maui, actually. He's an off-gridder, that type of guy.
Oh, cool.
He has his own business, very entrepreneurial. He does solar.
Mm-hmm.
So he was out there watching his ridge line burn, and we heard about it on the news, which we don't watch. So, it came, I don't know how to us. But anyway, I called him out and said, what's going on? And he was posting videos on Facebook of what was going on, keeping us in touch, But it was just horrible to see what happened to everybody there. And then Chris, the guitar player, who's been military for a long time, had a lot of his friends talking about some stuff too. And I'm not going to speak for him, but it put a different spin on it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. So check with him on that. Seriously.
Scary times,
Yeah,
right?
very scary.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to hand you back to Star. So great to talk to you guys, though.
Yes, absolutely.
We'll keep it off this though. So
yeah,
we'll
get off of this topic.
we'll clip these parts out, and then down the line we'll talk.
No, these parts are fun.
Okay.
I know the truth. I know the real truth of it, and I'm not going to do this like a nationwide.
No,
gig,
of course not.
Okay.
We completely understand. Yeah, you tell us when we see you in person one of these days.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Easy. But okay, so going back to Dark Romance and we don't want to drag this out for hours and hours and hours. Okay, so I'm sure that you guys wanted to do and talk about Dark Romance.
Yes.
All right.
We would
love to.
Okay. All right. So I had previously shared with you what Elegant Seduction is about.
Yes.
So Jared, in particular, it seems to be your favorite song. Correct?
My favorite song was Elegant. My favorite song was Elegant Seduction. But I do love Dark Romance. I will not deny that.
Dark Romance is my song.
John's, yes.
That's my I love Dark Romance. Elegant Seduction is right there, neck and neck. I mean, those songs fucking rock, if I may say so.
Have they heard 2%?
Have you guys ever listened to 2%?
We did.
Hell yeah.
We listened
Time to Get Real, Living a Lie.
Actually, that one conversation you told us about 2%, we would love to hear about it.
Oh yeah, the
again.
last time we talked.
Yeah. We would love for the people to hear about it after we talk about Dark Romance, of course. 2% has a great story.
Okay. So, let's just Elegant Seduction is a symbiotic relationship between any two things in the universe.
Okay.
That's why that song was written.
Okay.
That's what it comes down to. It's like I wrote that song to help people stop with their bullshit and just look over at another and go, you know what, man? Wow. Or a tree to go to the sun. Wow. Or the rain coming down the grass. Wow. Thank you. That's why it's called Elegant Seduction. And if you go back and listen to it, now you'll know.
Okay.
That's why I wrote that song.
So we will be doing a listen after this, so we can keep that in mind when we listen to it, when we hear the words.
And another thing is, not only will Jordan and I, like you just said, we'll be doing another listen. We're gonna play this pod out with what would you say, Star? Should we go with Elegant Seduction or Dark Romance? Which should we play this podcast out to?
Well, we haven't even talked about Dark Romance. You don't even know what the story is behind that.
So then let's do Elegant Seduction, and then as soon as we get the story on Dark Romance, that song will be playing out as well for the next pod.
Okay. So okay. So I'll give you a real quick clip. Okay. So Lost City Blues is when I was on tour and got left behind in New Orleans. I walked into a voodoo shop, and this woman looked at me, and she's like, "You, like, literally, like, you." And I didn't know if she's doing a spell on me. I had no idea.
Oh,
like,
shit.
you have greatness. You can sleep upstairs, which I did, because the damn band left me behind. Okay. And I'm not going to mention the band at this point.
Okay,
we're not.
We'll keep them out.
So, because the band, I don't really feel, truthfully, when I was on tour with them, that they deserve this to be respected. Okay.
Okay.
And so that moving forward. She said everything that I needed to hear, and she didn't put a voodoo spell on me. And damn, tour bus came back up, picked me up, and it was cool and it was fine. But felt like so Lost City Blues is where I was trying to find my way in a place I'd never been to. I had no idea what the hell I was doing, you know. And we drank a lot of tequila, and I was so hungover, and I was like, oh, cool. I slept in her upper bedroom. Her name is Abigail.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know if she's still alive. She was like fucking 80 years old at the time. Probably not. So, but she was really polite to me. And I thought she was gonna like do a shrunken head kind of thing on my ass. No.
Well, I'm glad she didn't.
Yes.
No, she didn't do that at all. She just told me what my future was going to be by rolling the bones.
Hell
Like
yeah.
Rush, roll the bones.
Okay.
Right.
Yes.
And she did. And I saw, and she's like, you are going to be a very, very famous person worldwide. Which
Hell
is
yeah.
kind of true. It is. To a point.
Destined for greatness.
Again, with there you go. There you go. And she told me that I will always support those that don't have a voice.
Oh wow.
That's the number one fucking thing that stuck out, bro. Like people that haven't had a voice. Jeez, I didn't have a voice, and I'm a singer, but I was able to help. The greatest gift you have in the universe is this. If you raise another up, thereby raising up self, you raise up. So as you, it's kind of like how shall I say it? This is one of my healing classes. So it literally is like you give praise and thanks for who and what you are, and overflows to who and what you are. I set my intent for unconditional love, and it just overflows. And the next person you meet, it overflows, and then it goes back to the universe.
So
and when it goes back,
it's like a cycle.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. And it's just, I mean, the exact statement I could say, but I'm not going to say, because I'm not going to give my classes on not yet. So we're just doing this whole thing. Okay. So there's elegance. Now let me share with you Dark Romance.
Cool.
So Dark Romance was just, Chris came home. He had this notepad, like a 3x5 notepad. And he comes home, and me and Chris have been roommates for 9 years now, friends for 11 years, and bandmates since 2015. And so he comes home, and he's like, hey, man, what do you think about this? I'm like, it's really cool. So we go in the studio. He had this whole idea about, like, an Englishman doing this and that, and so like Vincent Price, or all these people he had an idea of, and it never happened. So he went in at Pierre Grill, kind of allowed him to do this voice. He didn't want to do it, but he did. And a lot of people like it more than he does. I actually like it, but the actual song, without Chris doing that whole introduction, the song is really good. It's kind of like the same thing where I did the English voice with Shadow of the Gods. I even told Chris, I was like, bro, you realize I can do the same voice that you're asking. He's like, no, that's not quite. I'm like, cool. So Shadow of the Gods was a title that was going around. And then I, in a modern way, told the story about Arthur. And I'm sure you cats can relate to that. The King of the Round Table.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Easy. So that's what Shadow of the Gods is about. It's you're always going to have your influences, man. You're always going to raise up. You're always going to give another a perspective. But here's the bottom line. If you don't know what it is that you're doing, and you don't have responsibility for the message that you share, then you should not be a artist.
Absolutely.
You have a responsibility.
Absolutely, you have a responsibility.
Yeah. You have a responsibility. You have a way of being worldwide if you choose. But if you're not true with your own voice, then you're full of shit. And if you're full of shit, you shouldn't be on this podcast. You dig what I'm saying?
I do dig what you're saying.
And it's not fair to the people that listen to it because it's not their voice. But maybe, just maybe, one simple thing we've done this entire experience is this. Maybe someone can go, oh, wow, I heard something that resonated with my soul. And that's what I have to say.
Absolutely. 100%. That's all we want out of this is we want to build basically this nation of people who all have, positive mindset. And we're trying to build basically, hey, you need someone to talk to, we're here. So that's the thing, positivity, all that stuff. Isn't that right, Jordan?
It is. One of our biggest one of our biggest goals with this whole thing is reaching people. Reaching people, and like John said, we want to create a community of like-minded individuals.
Absolutely.
And so far the listeners and friends that we've made throughout this whole thing have been extremely loyal and supportive.
Yes.
And I would like to take a moment to those who are listening who have supported us. I'd like to say thank you to them, because the people who have been here since we started this, we appreciate every single one of you.
Yes.
And we appreciate anybody new that has found this through this episode as well as
you are
shared
all
it.
part of the family. We are Big Talk, but together this is a nation. We are Big Talk Nation, and that's what it is. We are building this community, this nation, and these people, Star, they're gonna welcome you in open arms, and that's what this is, and we're gonna build this big community, and we're gonna continue to build it with music, healing, everything that you're saying, and we are right there with you, brother. What was that, KK? We hear you.
Like Storm Large, 8 Miles Wide. You guys know that song?
One more time.
Storm Large. She's a musician, singer. She has a song called 8 Miles Wide. You guys should check it out.
We would love to check it out. Absolutely. So what kind of genre of music is it exactly?
I would say, gosh, it's pretty old reference, honestly. Probably not late 90s. But maybe ska would be where you would put her, but
Ooh, love ska.
Maybe Dean Martin, because if you watch the video, go watch the video and interpret it and come back and tell me what you think, because I heard it and I just about damn near peed my pants. It was just beautiful.
All right.
It's funny. It's great. It's a little bit crass, but the 90s were like that, and I think you guys will really like it.
We'll check it out.
So
I might have to make Jordan walk outside and watch it. I don't want him peeing in my house, not on my floor.
I want to, before we end this podcast, I want to hand it back to who began it, and there's an important reason. Would you please share your Stevie Nicks? That and just a little bit about Stevie.
Okay, so
Cool.
we all grew up without really good parents. My parents, in my mind, was Stevie Nicks, and she kind of walked me through how to love. You know what I mean? How to be.
Okay.
And
Absolutely.
she was always a musician. She never changed face. She was just who she was, and I love that about her. and she's such a beautiful spirit. You know what I mean? A lot of people gave her a hard time for drugs and being a witch and all this back in the day, but straight up, today's day, you know, the moment of now, you look at her and she's amazing, right? Well,
Stevie Nicks is cool.
Right? I grew up, you know, like every little girl, you're supposed to like Barbie, but I didn't. I liked fishing and Hot Wheels. So
all the cool stuff. All the cool stuff. We knew you were a cool one. Yep.
Right, because I'm more of a tomboy than a girl. But anyway, my aunt loves Barbie, and, you know, girls are supposed to like Barbie, and I'm not, you know, a real girly girl anyway. So the other day, I'm at one of our care provider jobs, and up on, you know, one of the things when I check on my break is Barbie, the Stevie Nicks. And I'm like, oh my God. So I sent it to Star, not thinking much about it because, you know, whatever. Anyway, next thing I know, I got a Barbie in the mail with a Stevie Nicks Barbie. So it's beautiful. It's
that's
okay.
awesome.
So perfect. But it's like her 1970s with the boots and the shawl. And the only thing she's missing is the bird. You know what I mean? I'm about ready to crack, you know, out of the bird and put it on her shoulder. But super cool. Super, super cool.
Favorite Stevie Nicks song?
From which album? And with she's the only woman who was inducted into the Hall of Fame twice for two separate bands. And another reason why I really admire her, she's just amazing. Kind of like Lemieux from the Penguins. But go ahead. Which album?
I would say if you had to pick one from her Fleetwood year, what song would you pick?
See, this is a challenge, you guys. That's
you only can pick one. We got to make it hard on you, just somehow, you know.
Zeppelin, dude. Pick one. You know what I mean? Can you? You can't.
It's
tough. The same thing.
That's
like
fair.
every song presents an era, a life, an expression that I lived, that I felt with my heart, and I didn't know what. You know, my mom was absent; she was a drug, so I didn't know what to do. But Stevie somehow always seemed to guide me. You know, my friends refer to me how they know me. For example, my girlfriend Jeanette calls me Belladonna because I'm on the high wire scaring everybody, right? And I refer to her as Sister Moon. It's kind of a Stevie Nicks thing. And so every song has the different, it's so hard. I've loved so many. And I would say from the Fleetwood Mac era, I would have to go. And I know this is going to sound really funny, but I love Lindsey too. He's a great guitar player.
Oh, I love him. I love Buckingham. Yes. I'm so happy you said that.
And their emotion and drama on stage. Now, I love the unreleased, #1 top unreleased CD of all time, which was the Buckingham Nicks album. I found it before Google and all of that. You know what I mean? Like, it was a searched after thing for years and years and years. And I love secondhand news on that one. But seriously, Lindsey and Stevie go your own way. Do your own thing.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Fuck with people. You know, just be happy.
It's a great song. Great song.
Right? So I'd have to choose that one, even though Rhiannon, again, in my heart. And again, if you go to Stevie Nicks music, right, Wild Heart was my favorite tour. I saw her at the US Festival in 1983. It was the second time they did it. It was amazing. Star could probably tell you more about the concert than I could because I was on many things. The 14th birthday. It was amazing. My brother took me. It was so great. It was the same tour that Bowie did his Mushroom tour. To kind of go with the flow on that.
Okay.
It was a million strong in San Bernardino County, you know, Los Angeles, hot summer. They had a metal night where it was like Scorpions, Van
Halen.
Right. It was so big. And so I only heard those from the parking lot as I tried to get out of the ditch that the tequila wouldn't let me.
Oh.
But my brother was very nice. He kept my hair out of tears.
That's awesome.
Right.
That's
and then
awesome.
the next day, like Missing Persons, which I met the drummer, Terry Bozzio, who was married to the singer, Dale Bozzio, at Total Access when I was dating Mike. And we were dressed the same way. It was really weird. Anyway, Great guy, super nice,
KK.
super sweet.
So since we have you on the mic, we got a couple questions really quick. Can you tell us a little bit about Great White? Maybe some fun stories.
Sure. Like, the band had me on excommunicado because 2 reasons. First, in their eyes, supposedly I almost killed Mike the night I met him, which is not far off the truth. That's the Trans Am story.
We got to hear about this.
And then Jack borrowed my car to drive between San Francisco and Sacramento once. And I guess, because the whole Randy Rhoads thing, the record company was a little fluffy about that. But, I didn't know. I was 16 at the time. Don't tell anybody. But, yeah, I was young, and I just didn't know. So, whatever. And that wasn't even the Trans Am he borrowed. It was like a Ford Aspire. It was like a little egg. How much trouble can you get into with 3 ponies? Trust me, I tried. You can't.
Oh.
My first car was a 70.5 Trans Am, right? So the 455 engine, roll bar, racing belt, custom spoiler, tail, everything. It was beautiful. I used to get in races all the time, tickets all the time. But honestly, the thing broke down all the time. It was terrible. And after finding said boyfriend that I got car from in bed with a redhead, I gave it back. But then I had tickets to dock in a Great White. Oh, shit. What am I going to do? It was a week later. So I borrowed the damn car back, took my friends that I had tickets with, Michelle, my best friend I mentioned earlier, and Joseph. And we went, and I didn't even get to see Dokken play that night. I think I watched George Lynch for like 5 minutes, and then I ran off to play with Mike, who I just met, because I'd been pointing at him all night. When he first came out, I saw his order. It was golden. It was beautiful, right? I'm like, what the hell is that? I was young. I didn't know. And of course, him being a musician, he was like, why are you pointing at me? Like, what's up? Right? He came out to the audience to find me, to ask me that question afterwards. Right? Because it's Circle Star Theater in Arizona. And to get on stage, you have to go out underneath the steps that you go over to get to your seating, right? So I was standing there to get over to my seating, and some guy in front of me said, hey, good show. That only means that somebody standing behind me happens to be somebody that was just on stage. Guess who it was? Yep, that was him.
Oh.
And he's like, you want to go party? Hell yeah, right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
Right? And so my girlfriend's like, yeah, I don't want to go. I'm like, and Joseph, the other guy I was mentioning that I, drove there, I didn't want to leave him there either. I'm like, you want to go party? He's like, he doesn't sound like my kind of party, if you know what I mean.
If you
I'm like, well, I'm hoping. Right? Come on.
That's awesome.
So anyway, right, I get them rides home so they're safe, because that's just how I am. And I go out to the hotel where there's
a good friend. Yep.
Right. Oh, so I get to the hotel. Nobody's at the room. I'm knocking on the door, nothing. So I'm heading out the hotel. I'm thinking, whatever I missed. It happens. I don't know because I'm 16. I don't even know what happens. But whatever. So then this British guy, he yells at me. He's like, hey, you, come back in here. And I'm like, sure, I'm about ready to step on his neck. But okay, what's up? I was a little feisty, kind of still am. Anyway, so said dude happened to be, I don't know if you know who he is. He's on the albums of many musicians that you love, Alan Niven.
Yes,
we do.
Yeah. Right? So I'm like, who are you and why do you want me to come back in here? He's like, you're looking for one of my boys. And I said, I am? I don't know who this guy is. I'm like, okay, I'll bite. I'll go back into the bar. So, it's a safe, it's a hotel place. Okay. So I go in and all the boys are partying, Jack and, Audie, Lauren, Mark, Mike. Luckily, one of them recognizes me. Thank God. Otherwise, the Shark Bowl, right? And of course, Lauren comes right up and he's like, hey, are you here for me? And I'm like, absolutely not. Lauren was
I'm so sorry. That's funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah. He was highly influenced by heroin and that was enough for me because I wasn't really into that.
Okay.
So anyway, I hook up with Mike. I put him in my car, right? His eyeballs are about as big as, golf balls. Like, oh my God. And if you knew Mike, he's a very mellow guy. He's not like go out and be crazy guy. I am. I'm go out and be a crazy girl, but
You're
he's not.
the wild one. You're the wild one.
Right. I strap him down in those racing belts, and he's like, "Oh my God," grabbing the dash, and like, oh shit, what did I get myself into? Poor guy, right? So we don't know what we're gonna do. We're driving around. Next thing he's like, "Well, why don't we try this club?" And I'm like, "Okay." I'm doing 120 on Superstition Freeway, and decided to take the price at like about 80, which would have been fine because I just got my heads worked on, and so the car was putting out really good power, and it would have made it through it. But my back tire hit the dividers in Arizona, which are like, they're not like little bumps like you have out here. They're like 5-inch things. Popped my tire, spun us around. We're going backwards with lots of sparks flying across the overpass. We jumped the median in between southbound and northbound traffic. And there's like the wheel broke off. There's still sparks flying. We're still moving because I was going 80. Anyway, we almost went off the overpass, but his passenger door stopped and blocked that, so he couldn't get out. He couldn't get out anyway because it was all welded on the bottom. But yeah, we got out. Poor guy thought he was just like, holy shit, right? And I'm laughing hysterically because remember, I told you the story earlier. Found the guy that gave me the car in bed with the redhead. So to me, this is like, ha ha ha, karma. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. A big yellow, long, like Lambamba car with the three biggest black guys you ever did see, and mine got lost there.
Oh my goodness!
Right. This is long before cell phones and all that. Right. We need to ride back up to the corner where I'm going to talk to my friend from school because I was registered in business classes to teach people how to clean houses because I was owning my own business in 16 and telling 30-year-old women how to clean houses. So I thought maybe I better get some skills.
That's awesome.
And knowledge.
That's awesome.
Right. So my friend, helped me with the taxi and back to the hotel. And, the police notified the owner of the car, which is no longer me, as we mentioned. Guy with the redhead number.
There we go.
Karma, man. So much fun. So yeah, the next morning I call my other partner and say, I'll be there in a little while. I got to get a taxi back. And she's like, well, what happened to the car? She didn't even know about the redhead. And I'm like, oh, I got a lot to tell you. Right. So I come back way late and she's like, where have you been? I'm like, well, I was partying with the boys from Great White. She's like, okay. This is, mind you, from a lady who disappears weeks on end to go party at one lake or another or whatever. I just disappear. I'm taking a week's vacation. And she's fine with that. She does it to me too. So it's all good. We have an understanding. So yeah, we ended up dating for about a year and a half after that. And
oh, wow.
I thought for sure, call me again. I almost killed him. Right?
So that just means you have tons of stories to tell us down the line and just like awesome memories and all that good stuff.
Oh yeah. Zach always made me wiggle really good.
That's awesome.
Mike too.
Yeah.
Tesla, the Rise Risen with Jeff Keith.
Oh yeah.
We might have to save Tesla for another time. We are approaching on 2 hours, guys. I mean, it feels like we've only been on the phone for what?
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, this is so amazing.
Johnny,
what's up, brother?
Just give her like 5 minutes for the Rise for Reason.
Let's
You
do
guys
it.
just check it.
Yeah.
Let's get it. Hey, who makes the rules? We all make the rules. Let's do it. Let's get it going.
Yeah, go to Facebook for Jeff Keith Ride for Reasons, and you'll see all the stuff that he does. He just did a big thank you luncheon for a lot of the people that help with that. I got involved with it in like 2000, I'm going to say 11, 12, something like that. Helped for a few years, and they raise funds for foster kids, so it's really great. And they just do kind of like a poker run.
It's an amazing cause. One of the best.
Yeah. That's really great with it. His son Joe Bob was there, just an adorable child. His wife Vera. There's so many people involved in Sacramento that really help, find the places and, where they're going to end up, where they're going to start, put together all the booths. And then, of course, a lot of the state patrollers or highway patrol help with the ride itself, because a lot of where they ride is very treacherous off of the 49 up in Cali. So it's a great ride, though. It's beautiful in the summer, and they usually do it late summer. So check it out. You'll find
Absolutely.
it. Ducky's
Okay.
all over and you'll love it. It's a great cause, absolutely.
And yeah,
So, Johnny-
we'll have to link that up as well on our Facebook. So, I mean, we're all about supporting great causes. Star, sorry about that, brother. What's up?
Okay, I'm going to sing a cappella.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
You guys
Give
know-
it to us.
Do you guys know Leonard Skinner?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we do. I mean,
One of
who
the
doesn't?
greatest Southern rock bands of all time.
Do you know the song Curtis Lowe?
I don't believe
The
so.
Ballad of Curtis Lowe. Do you know the song?
I don't either. Man, we're looking like posers out here,
I
Jordan.
know.
We're looking Star's throwing us some deep cuts. We're looking like posers.
But we're about to find out.
We're about to find out. Hell yeah.
I'm going to sing this to you a cappella.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
People, Star Rising.
Used to wake the morning for the rooster crow, searching for soda bottles, get myself some dough. Brought him down to that corner, down to that country store, talking about the man named Curtis Lowe. Old Kurt was a black man with white curly hair. When he had a fifth of wine, well, he did not have a care. He used to know the old Joe Bro, and he used to play across his knee. I'd give old Kurt my money, he'd play all day for me. Play me a song, yes, Curtis Lowe, now Curtis Lowe. I got your drink of money, honey, turn up your Joe Bro. People said he was useless, and those people were fools. 'Cause Curtis Lowe was the finest picker to ever play the blues. He looked to be 60, maybe I was 10. Mama used to whoop me, and I'd go see him again. Clap my hands and stomp my feet, trying to stay in time. He'd play me a song or two and then take another drink of wine. Play me a song, well now, Curtis Lowe, Curtis Lowe. I got your drinking money, baby. Tune up your dough, bro. People said he was useless, and then people, they were all fools. 'Cause Curtis Lowe was the finest picker to ever play the blues. On the day old Curtis died, nobody never came to pray. Old preacher said some words and chunked him in the clay. Play me a song, yes, Curtis Lowe, yes, Curtis Lowe. I got your drinking money, honey. Tune up your dough, bro. People said he was useless, and then people were, ooh, 'cause Curtis Lowe was the finest picker to ever play the blues. Curtis Lowe was that finest picker to ever play the blues.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
Hey.
Hell yeah. Star, everybody. Fucking Star Rising. Holy shit. Hell yeah, brother.
We're gonna have to listen to
We're going to have to play that.
yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Play it.
Hell yeah. Now, so we are approaching on 2 hours. So Star, KK, if you had something that you wanted to put out to the universe, send a message out to Big Talk Nation, what would it be?
Keep loving each other.
Yeah, did you hear what she said?
Keep loving each other.
Keep loving each other.
Loving each other.
I love that. Keep loving each other. Absolutely. Now, people, we are going to be back with Star and KK. What I
would have to say is this.
Yes.
I am so grateful for both of you.
Thank you, brother.
In our lives is what I would have to say. No music, no rock star stuff, none of that. I would just, I would completely say this. If you are who you are, then you know who you are. And then you become who you are. You dig?
I do dig. We dig, actually.
Yes.
What I have to say.
Yes, we do.
Cool.
And I just want to say this to you guys. We appreciate you coming on. We appreciate you telling your stories and connecting with us. And hey, you're part of the family now.
And it won't be the last time.
Oh, it won't be.
This is just the beginning.
It's just the beginning. We're just getting started. People, we're just getting fucking started.
We just started this, bro. Do you realize I have like 15 people, including my drummer from Dark Romance, that wants to be on the podcast, Chris Suwicki, and golfers and this and that. I just myself humbly am starting with you boys, helping you raise up. I am going to teach how to, make abundance from this entire conversation. Seriously, I'm not playing games.
We appreciate
we appreciate that. Absolutely.
Much appreciated.
Yeah. And then if you really, really understand Dokken, if you really understand George Lynch, what is your favorite song from Dokken? And also George Lynch.
That's easy for me. Breaking the Chains is number one. Paris is Burning is number two. Now we're going straight to Lynch Mob. I'm going River of Love and, of course, Wicked Sensation. Those songs just move me. And Jordan, what are you going to say, buddy?
Well, I'm actually going to separate the two. So my favorite song from Don Dokken is a song called The Hunger off of Up From the Ashes.
I know Hunger.
And my favorite song from George Lynch is he has an album called Sacred Groove. And I'm going to go maybe Love Power from the Mama Head or Flesh and Blood. I love. There's something about that album that really does it for me.
Did you know those cats? Okay, so George Lynch and Michael Sweet did a separate album.
Yes.
Did you know that?
Sweet and Lynch.
Striper.
Yes.
Yep, Sweet and Lynch.
I am very connected with Striper. So when that came out, I was very excited about that.
Yeah. Way back in the day, I am friends with him on the phone. We've never physically met with Michael Sweet, but just saying myself, I started way back when they were called Rock Regime. They were a Van Halen cover band. Not only just kind of, not comparing, but let's just say like, before the band Ralph Band became Steel Panther, okay, I was very, very familiar with all this other stuff with Striper and this and that and Van Halen. So Rosh Regime and the Atomic Punks, that's how both careers started. And within a 10-year, maybe 15-year separative of this. But Michael Sweet, when his first wife died, I was beginning my healing career and reached out to him, and so he knows who the hell I am, you know. Okay. And I took Krina to her last birthday party before she left to go to California, and I was singing "Soldiers Under Command" and "To Hell with the Devil" in front of Michael Sweet. And I know he recognized me, because you can't recognize a voice unless you see. And he put it down. He knew. And I didn't have a chance, because I could have met him that night, but I didn't have a chance to, because she had to get a plane out to California. I know, for sure. But so there's another story about that. But Striper is one of my 777, geez, need I go on and on. And then there's the whole thing with, like, Jeff Scott Soto. I don't know if you know who Rockstar. We talked about the film.
Yes, the movie Rockstar.
With Mark Wahlberg. Jeff Scott Soto, I haven't talked to him in a little bit, but he just he played in.
He was also in a band called Christ the Conqueror, which was the Misfits after the Misfits. A little tidbit for the people out there.
Well, what do you know about White Cross? What do you know about Blind Guardian?
I love White Cross. I don't know too much about them, other than they fucking rock.
They're like the Christian Rat,
basically.
Sort of. Okay.
Christian Rat is putting it on paper. That's pretty much what it is. Absolutely.
Yeah. Blind Guardian. How much do you know about them?
I've never even heard of them.
Blood Good?
What was the other one? The other band name you just said?
Blood Good.
Never heard of them. Tell me about them a little bit.
Okay, Blood Good was when Trevor was first coming up from Rock Regime. They were becoming a Christian band. Maybe they were always a Christian band. I don't know for sure. But
I met him.
Oh, yeah.
KK met him?
Yeah, she's bouncing back and forth. But I never personally got to meet Michael Sweet. I want to. I adored him and his brother Robert. Because he always turns the drums. Bro, he's like bottom. He's that good. But he turns the drum set to the side. And he just drums in this way to allow him for the crowd to see him. You know what I'm saying?
They call him the visual timekeeper.
Yeah. right.
You know that I've played on stage with Striper, right?
I did not know this.
Yeah, back in
I did not know.
Back in 2017, they gave me an opportunity to come down to their sound check and play sing-along song with them. I'm a guitar player, so Michael.
I love sing-along song, dude. That's so cool.
Michael strapped his guitar up on me, and I got to play with them on the 30th anniversary of To Hell with the Devil.
A little fun fact for you too: Michael Sweet made Jordan a sandwich.
He did make me a sandwich.
What kind of sandwich was it, Jordan?
It was a ham sandwich.
A ham sandwich, baby.
I'll never forget it.
He'll never forget it. I'll never not hear about it.
Yeah, so after that, they went like down to the green room or wherever they went downstairs at the venue, and I stayed in the venue while everybody was waiting outside to get in. And he sent me a message asking me if I was going to go get something to eat or if I was hungry. And I said, I am not leaving the barricade for the world. I'm going to stand right here until y'all take the stage. And he's like, okay, well, I'll have somebody bring up something for you. And a couple minutes later, one of the crew guys brought me a sandwich.
Now, Jordan, let me ask you this question really quick, buddy.
What's up?
Crust or no crust?
Crust.
There was crust on there.
Yeah, there was crust on there.
And it was delicious, right?
I never minded crust.
I've never had my crust cut off. I know people do it. Star, let me ask you a question really quick.
Crust or no crust?
Crust or no crust?
Yeah. Crust is fine.
Crust is
there we
okay,
go.
right?
There we go.
You know, since we're on this topic a little bit and we're moving along. Okay, pulp or no pulp in your orange juice? Star?
Pulp. Pulp for sure.
Pulp for sure for me too.
I'm 100% pulp.
Pulp. Are we brothers or what? I love this. I love this. I love this.
Yeah, right.
Hell yeah. But okay, so that being said, this was episode 1 with Star, and we're gonna be wrapping up here. Star, one more word for the Big Talk Nation.
It was episode with Star and KK.
It's Star and KK,
yes.
absolutely.
We never forget about
You
her.
never forget about KK. It ain't a party until KK's there.
Yeah.
I'm just so glad I was able to meet you guys and hook you guys up because I knew it was going to be a good thing.
Oh no,
you know
we're
what I
having a
mean?
blast. This is amazing.
Positive vibes.
We
So,
appreciate you, KK. None of this could be done without you. So hats off to KK. We're gonna send all the love out to the people. We
love you.
We love you. We'll be back. We'll be back with KK and Star and KK, John and Jordan, Jordan and John.
And hey, our brothers, we're at 2 hours, 1 minute as it goes. But dig this, like for real,
Yes.
there's nothing that needs to be edited. There's nothing.
Okay.
We
No,
have
perfect.
we have no sleeves. We have nothing to hide.
Nothing.
Everything we talked about, there's nothing to be edited. Nothing. You can release it to the world.
We're gonna
Without even trying.
we're gonna give it to the people raw, the way we like it, and the way they like to take it.
The ripping and the tearing, the tearing and the ripping.
Yeah, we're not ashamed of the story. We're not ashamed of we. Like Krina said, whip it good. It's so. I'll let you cats go. Okay, we love you.
We love you too.
We love you, brother.
All right, we'll be talking to you guys soon.
Okay, shoot. All right, easy.
Peace out. All right, everyone.
Aloha.
Have a good one. Aloha.
Aloha.
Take it easy. All right, people. There you have it. That was KK and Star Rising. Now, Jordan, a lot of great tidbits we got out of that.
A lot of great titty bits. Listen, that was a roller
That was a
coaster
doozy,
and a
bro.
half.
That was a doozy, man. And I enjoyed every minute of it. Brother, how are you feeling right now?
I feel good about that. I like one of the things I liked most about that is I was on the edge of my seat for the whole thing because I did not know where any of those stories were going. You know, they could have gone anywhere, and I love that. I love the mystery of a good story.
If you want to be on Big Talk Nation, if you want to be on Big Talk Live, if you want to be on Big Talk TV, just reach out. People, I am your boy John.
And I am your boy Jordan.
And we are the Big Talk Brothers.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Take it easy.
Keep it sleazy.
Like they say in the pizza biz, keep it cheesy. All right. Yeah, get you guys later. Also, really quick, Big Talk, Big Pal Party is coming to a city near you.
Yes, stay tuned. Keep your eyes peeled.
Big news.
Keep your ears peeled.
What is it? Big
Talks,
Pal,
Big Pal
a big party. You know it.
Yeah.
All right. We'll figure it out. All right. Goodbye.